Welcome to the Kelly Counts Macros podcast. I'm your host, Kelly Mazdi, and today I will give you all my hacks for staying on track over vacation. I get asked this question all the time. Kelly, how do you stay on track while still enjoying your vacation and not come back 10 pounds heavier? A new podcast episode drops every Monday, so please be sure to subscribe so that you don't miss a single one. On my social media last week, I shared the results of Clubhouse member Debbie Person, who has lost 21 inches and got rid of her belly fluff, losing 22 pounds in the monthly membership, the Kelly Counts Macros Clubhouse. She struggled with overeating and cravings. She hated looking at her body in the mirror. She has more energy within the first week. Clothes started fitting better, and her son commented that she was looking ripped. So go to my Instagram at Kelly Counts Macros, counts with a K, to take a look. Her story is motivating all of my listeners and followers to take action and contact me so that they too can fit into their summer clothes. Inside my monthly Kelly Counts Macros Clubhouse membership, I have over 200 men and women in there rocking a July boot camp 2.0 and getting rid of the fluff to reveal those toned muscles. So today we will be discussing how to stay on track on vacation. I will give you my best hacks on how to achieve this because it is one of the most asked questions. Inside the Kelly Counts Macros Clubhouse and the 8-week shred, we have vacation cheat sheets, protein-packed snack ideas that are easy to pack, vacation meal plans, and what to order when going out, and how to deal with the overabundance of those drinks that can be consumed during a vacation. So this week inside of the Kelly Counts Macros Clubhouse membership, we made the protein cottage cheese scrambled eggs. It was on the meal plan this week. We all want to try to get our protein in early to stop those evening cravings. This recipe is beyond easy. It is cheesy, protein packed, and gets your day started right. So right now, my Clubhouse members are using my clickable recipes so that the yummy recipes shoot right into the app. They are always family friendly. The kids are begging for more, and a lot of times it's easy for meal prep or easy leftover for lunch. Of course, the recipes are clickable inside of the Kelly Counts Macros Clubhouse and shoot right into the app. Another reason I love the My Macros Plus app. You make the recipe, decide on your portion size, feed your people, done. Always family-friendly meals and desserts, of course, inside of the monthly membership. So before we get into today's episode, I want to read you a 5-star review of the podcast. JMKM16 says, informative and enthusiastic. This podcast was very informative. Losing weight and keeping it off has always been a struggle for me. Kelly highlights the most important aspects to lose weight and keep it off. Baby steps turn into leaps and bounds. She is helpful, enthusiastic, supportive, and full of knowledge. Thank you, JMKM16. I love that you mentioned I teach you how to actually keep the weight off. So many times I see these programs that are not sustainable and the person loses the weight fast, but gains the 20 pounds back that they lost quickly because they were depriving and trying to lose a large amount of weight in a short period of time, which is always a recipe for crash and burn and gaining all the weight back. And then unfortunately, more. I'm going to be honest. So many people do not know how to go on vacation and not gain 10 pounds. So they come to me, they get worried, concerned that they cannot enjoy vacation. So then they YOLO and come back feeling like crap. On Thursday at a private Clubhouse check-in, I was talking to a new Clubhouse member. She was leaving for a trip to the Bahamas. We talked through how she would conquer the trip. We set up a plan, and she felt confident going into the trip. She was not going to deprive herself, but use moderation. She decided not to track, and she felt good about the plan that we had set in place. Along with inside the clubhouse, there's a vacation guide that you can review any darn time you need to, and any darn time you're on vacation, so that she did not spiral out of control while she was on vacation. We just returned from Ocracoke Island. It's part of the Outer Banks. We went with my mom and my sister and my brother. We had a VRBO with a golf cart. There was a pier that my kids and husband could fish off of. We could drive right onto the beach, so no lugging all the beach chairs, coolers, boogie boards across the hot sand. We could pull right up, pop the back open, set out our chairs and relax, or run to the water after applying that sunscreen, which is my designated job for everyone, including my 16-year-old and my husband. They don't like to get the sunscreen on their little hands. But my poor Lola, she did get a lot of sun because she spent the whole time in the water and was refusing to come out of the waves to reapply her sunscreen. So one morning she woke up with a huge puffed lower lip. She looked like she had lip injections. So anyway, we had our fair share of sun and fun. So what better topic to discuss today than how to stay on track while on vacation? So let's get right into the tips that I use, and you can copy and use on your vacation. I'm going to go through my exact days as I conquered how I stayed on track on vacation so that I didn't feel fluffy, blah, and yucky upon arrival back home. So number one tip, pack snacks. Before we left, I was sure to be sure my car was packed with all of the non-perishable protein snacks. I packed legendary chips. Nacho cheese are my fave. I get them at Target or Walmart. They're 150 calories and they have 20 grams of protein. I also love the Only Bean crunchy roasted edamame beans. There's 100 calories, 11 grams of protein. I also really like ranch tuna packets, 110 calories, 17 grams of protein, and then the Chomps jerky sticks, 100 calories with 10 grams of protein. This way I had snacks available to me at all times so that I was not going hungry or getting hangry. We stopped for gas at gas stations. I was prepared and I did not have to spend money on the snacks. I also leaned on these heavily for lunch options on vacation. Number two, I packed my bands for workouts. Inside of the clubhouse, I have a guide for band guided workouts, along with another guide for no equipment needed workouts. Staying on track and getting my workouts in always sets me up for success on vacation, mostly to improve my mood, but also gives me some alone time so that I can better serve my family on vacation, all while keeping on track. It is a part of my lifestyle to work out, so while I give myself grace on vacation, I still like to get my workout in. Travel day one, we left at 3:45 a.m. So this left me with no time to get my morning workout in. I drove for the first 5 hours. So I listened to my audiobook and the podcast that I love to keep me motivated while my kids and hubby slept. Once they woke up for gas, I grabbed a coffee. And as always, I pushed my very first meal back until when I'm actually hungry. So I relied on the snacks that I listed before at the beginning of the podcast. And once we reached the hotel, I hopped on the treadmill because my husband needed a nap. It was raining and my kids were occupied. And ultimately, we are doing a team boot camp inside of the Clubhouse monthly membership. And I needed to get my steps in because I did not want to let my team down. It was raining out and my body needed to move, so I hopped on the treadmill and banged out all the steps. That evening, when we arrived at the first stop, which was a hotel, we did board the ferry. Before boarding the ferry, we decided on Mexican for dinner. So I ordered a shrimp fajita salad and I asked for extra veggies. It was satisfying, it was fresh. When my family is out of town, I always suggest that we try local restaurants instead of a chain. I went to bed feeling spectacular, not deprived. My steps were in, and I was ready to conquer the next day. So on the second travel day too, it included a very early ferry ride. So once we got to the ferry, there was a little bit of a wait, so I walked with my mom along the paved sidewalks there. It felt good to spend time with her, and I felt like I was setting myself up for success. I grabbed a coffee and boarded the ferry for a 3-hour ride. For the first hour, I enjoyed my family, and as they settled in, I decided to walk the steps of the ferry and make my rounds along the deck to get some more steps in. Once we got onto the island, I did not feel frantic to eat as I had my snacks packed and also my family's snacks as well. I knew we would eventually get to the store, but I did not want to feel hangry. Hangry is not a good look on Kelly. So once we settled in, we went to the local island grocery store. Usually I have a grocery delivery to our beach house, but this was not an option on this teeny tiny island. So although I did use Amazon and have our paper products sent right to the house. So Amazon delivered those. So getting groceries from the store. On this vacation, each family chose a different night for dinner meal prep. But for the first 2 nights, we ate out because my sister and her family were not in yet. So I will share what I ordered for dinner. I love seafood. I love fish. I love fresh items. So the first night I got a fresh teriyaki grilled tuna with fresh garden veggies. It was delicious. It was fresh. I enjoyed it immensely. The next night, I ordered mahi-mahi over a bed of lettuce with tomatoes, carrots, and a yummy vinaigrette dressing on the side. I knew I hit my protein these days and stayed in check with my maintenance calories. So our night to cook was Tuesday night. So what better night than to do tacos, Taco Tuesday. So we prepared ground beef for tacos, and I bought some shrimp from the local store. The shrimp was caught right off the shore near our VRBO. My brother-in-law had brought his grill, so we did the the shrimp there, and then the beef tacos with all the yummy veggies and cheese and plain Greek yogurt and taco sauce. It was a hit. And we also did loaded nachos where we could use legendary chips or Quest chips as an alternative for the tortilla chips. Drinks, a bright line, a drink limit. Each day, making a drink limit for yourself. You know, being on vacation with my family and on the beach means I will enjoy a few adult beverages. I had either a High Noon or White Claw, but I would use a Yeti cup and fill half with Fresca or Sprite Zero or sparkling water, whatever I had available, and the rest with a spiked seltzer. This kept me more hydrated. I didn't overdo it, but yet I still enjoyed my adult beverages. And the one night that I went out with my siblings, I enjoyed 2 vodka waters with lime and a splash of crayon. So keeping your drinking in check and setting a bright line for yourself is key. If you are tracking, something in a can or bottle is much easier to track. Having a bright line or a drink limit each day is key. I always set myself up for success by walking or running in the morning before my crew woke up each day. Either I would go by myself or with my sister. I love to explore on vacation, explore the surrounding areas, get my bearings so that we can experience the location as much as possible. My favorite areas here were the pier, there was a lighthouse, checking out all the local restaurants, all the other beach houses, and of course, finding the best places to get shaved ice for my daughter and a peanut butter and chocolate dessert for myself, along with making note of all the wonderful coffee shops. This starts my day off right, and you, along with myself, are less likely to overindulge because you want to feel good for these mornings. I also brought my bands, like I said, to do the clubhouse banded workouts that are offered inside of the clubhouse. So each morning, start off moving your body. It's nice to plan out your day in your head and doing a little bit of work. If you can work and walk, that needs done. I like to multitask and walk. Plus, knowing I had a boot camp going on inside of the clubhouse that I am a part of, I did not want to let my team down. So what did my beach days look like? So I would go back to the house after my walk, run, exercise. I would shower and either make a coffee at the house or go with my daughter or my sister to a local shop to enjoy a coffee and some conversation. After this, I would go back. I would pack lunches for the beach. I either did PB&J or deli meat sandwiches for my family. But for all of us, I would pack watermelon and fresh cantaloupe from the island. I would bring along my legendary protein chips, tuna packets, and chomps for me. I knew that my priority on vacation is always dinner and either drinks or a dessert. Those are my priorities. Plus, I did not want to feel bloated and yucky and overly full throughout the day while you're on the beach and in the sun. I want to be able to enjoy the sand and the water. So after the beach, we would come back to the house and shower. I would then enjoy dinner that was made at the house in moderation, not depriving or making something different for me. We had taco night and charcuterie and grilled chicken night, Italian with pizza night and salad night, and burger night. So easy to make tweaks and eat in moderation. I always enjoyed my adult beverages from 2 to 4 throughout the day and after dinner, making them last longer by adding Fresca or sparkling water. It was a phenomenal trip, full of good food without deprivation. Even though I'm not actively tracking, as I only cut once a year, tracking previously has taught me how to include the foods that I love without depriving and without gaining weight over vacation. Yes, the scale may be up over vacation, but I know the pounds will fall right off because there's a lot of sodium, your bowels are off, there's swelling and so forth that come with being out of your routine and on vacation. So this, my friends, is how I conquered staying on track on vacation to Ocracoke Island. I hope that you took notes and will incorporate some of these on your next trip. Thank you all for tuning in. I would love for everyone to share this episode and tag me on my social media so that I can say thanks. Also, leaving a 5-star review on the podcast helps me help more people. Who knows, maybe you will even hear your review here. It's time to get out of your own way and out of your own head. I can help simplify it all because I know you are busy. You don't have time. There is so much info out there. It's overwhelming. I know you're entering your info into all these different online calculators and getting different answers. So the September Shred wait list, the link will be in the show notes. You deserve to feel better in your own skin. If you aren't already in my free Facebook community, it is called Kelly Counts Macros, counts with a K. Everybody is welcome. If you have questions, ask in there and tag me so that you stay in the know and expedite your fat loss goals. That wraps up this episode of Kelly Counts Macros. Now go out, keep it simple, and remember, you're always doing better than you think you are.